Welcome.
Welcome to the Everything Podcast, Season 2, Episode 62. So in Episode 61, which was yesterday's episode, hopefully, I reviewed the entirety of Doctor Who Series 5 as well as the first 4 episodes of Season 6 and the 2010 Christmas special. But yeah, we'll be continuing that shortly. But first, in this episode, it's time for this episode's feature, which is Inspirational Quotes. And as I've done with previous inspirational quotes, it is taken from Doctor Who, The Daily Doctor, 365 and a Quarter, Universal Meditations on Life and How to Live It by Simon Guerrier and Peter Underheldes. So yeah, as before, it's a section because they do a page a day, and it'll be on the day that I record the episode, not the day that it is released. So I'm recording this episode on Monday, the 11th of September. So here is that inspirational quote page taken, as I said, from Doctor Who, The Daily Doctor. So this is titled Rise to the Challenge. The moment. You're the Doctor too, the War Doctor. No, great men are forged in fight. It's the privilege of less men to light the flame, whatever the cost. And that excerpt was taken from The Day of the Doctor by Stephen Moffat in 2013, which was the 50th anniversary special, which we will be reviewing in the coming days. Doctor No More. When he accepted the help of the Sisterhood of Carnac, the Doctor asked to be a warrior. It's what he thought he needed to fight the Time War. His subsequent experience convinced him he was unworthy of the title Doctor. Now he faced a crucial moment. He's witnessed how his successors achieved peace between humans and Zygons and agonised over his own decision about ending the Time War between Time Lords and Daleks. Destroy his own people or to let the universe bear. Will those future Doctors be who they are because of his choice or in spite of it? The strongest steel is forged in the hottest fire. It is during the most testy of times that people's true bravery is seen. It is the heart of conflict or adversity or loss. Do you choose to rise to the challenge and forge ahead, or to yield to the pressure? That is this episode's feature, which was Inspirational Quote. So next up, we'll be continuing our review, or my review of the channel of the podcast channel of Modern Doctor Who, starting off with Series 2, Episode 5. No, not Series 2, Series 6, Episode 5, titled The Rebel Flesh. Oh, yes, sorry. Next up, I thought I'd already done a review, and that's why I was waiting, so that's why there's a few seconds pause there, I apologise. So the first review of this episode is Series 6, Episode 5, titled The Rebel Flesh, which is a two-parter with Series 6, Episode 6, which I'll be reviewing next. So in The Rebel Flesh, Series 6, Episode 5, I've merged two words there. The Doctor sonics a liquid similar to chip fat. The Doctor works out the liquid is actually an alien, and this alien can clone, reading my handwriting, humans into their species, referred to as gangers. Rory separates from Amy and the Doctor. Rory encounters one of these gangers, and Rory hugs a ganger to console them. Because there's basically a war between humans and these gangers, similar to in Series 5 with human Earth and the cold blood between humans and Celluloids. But here is a few clips from The Rebel's Flesh. Yep, so the next review is obviously Series 6, Episode 6, which follows on from the events of the Rebel Flash, which is titled The Almost People. So in this story, the Doctor has a ganger, resulting in 2 Doctors, very confusing. And what makes it even worse is they have exactly the same memories and experiences, and are also wearing the exact same clothes. Both Doctors locate an escape route. In this episode, it is revealed that TARDIS Amy, the Amy that's been travelling with Rory and the Doctor, is a ganger, and human Amy is given birth on Demon's Run, which leads directly into the events of the next episode, titled A Good Man Goes to War, which is the mid-season finale, as I explained in the last episode when I went through all the broadcast dates. Here is a few clips from The Almost People. Yeah. So, next up is my review for the Series 6 mid-season finale, titled A Good Man Goes to War, and this is potentially, it's one of my favourite episodes of Doctor Who. I don't know if it's my favourite, but I really enjoy it. So in this episode, Amy gives birth. The villain of this story is Madame Kavarian, who returns in a later episode. This story features the debut of the Paternoster gang, who have had one full series in the Big Finish. They've got another one starting in the coming weeks. So it's Strax, Madam, Vastra, and Jenny. The Paternoster gang and Rory protect Amy and Rory's baby, whose name is Melody Pond. Melody is then revealed to be a ganger, like TARDIS Amy was at the end of The Almost People. Grown-up Melody Pond is revealed to be River Song, but before this, the Doctor and River confront each other, and Amy threatens River with a gun. Here are a few clips from the Series 6 mid-season finale, A Good Man Goes to War. So, yes, those are a few clips from A Good Man Goes to War, the Series 6 mid-season finale. We're taking a little break for a couple of minutes from Modern Doctor Who, which actually fits quite well, and that's because while I was recording that episode, as you know, I'm recording this on Monday, the 11th of September, which is exactly a week before Neighbours returns. When you're seeing this, you've had at least the first 4 episodes, the first week of New Neighbours. But yes, here is something that's just been released celebrating 1 week until the return of Neighbours.
I was excited when Scott married Charlene. I was excited when Carl Kennedy married Susan Kennedy 3 times. I was excited when Libby married Drew. And in 7 days' time, I'm going to be very excited when someone marries someone else. 7 days till Neighbours returns. Make sure you're watching.
Yeah, another bit of news, which is a bit timey-wimey, similar to Neighbours, because before, when I'm recording this episode, it's not been released yet, but it will have been by the time you watch this, and that is the 2nd season of the Doctor Who Redacted podcast, and the press release reads: the Doctor Who podcast will return next week with 6 brand new episodes to celebrate the show's 60th anniversary. The second series of Doctor Who Redacted, made by BBC Studios for BBC Sounds, will be available from the 18th of September. Juno Dawson returns as the lead writer alongside stars Charlie Craigs, Luisa Chimbua and Holly Quinn Pancras, while Series 2 welcomes a host of guest stars from the world of Doctor Who and beyond, including Freddie Carter, Angel Mahandra, Devlo Kerwin and Alexander Armstrong. Lead writer Juno Dawson says, "I'm so excited that Doctor Who Redacted is back for a second series. It feels particularly special to be a part of such a big year for the show, obviously the 60th anniversary. We've got a stellar returning cast and welcome guests on both old and new into Cleo, Abby and Shauna's corner of the Doctor Who universe has been brilliant. I can't wait for fans to hear the series and see what's in store for the trio." The three leads host a podcast called the Blue Box Files. They come into contact with a doctor. So Doctor Who Redacted Series 2 will be available weekly on BBC Sounds from the 18th of September. So episode 1, when you're watching this, episode 1 will definitely be out. Depending upon the days, episode 2 might be, or it will be in the next few days. So that is it for my little, it's not a rant, tangent, a little breather from the modern Doctor Who reviews. So I'll be coming back with the second half, hopefully, of Series 6. Yep, so welcome back and into our scheduled episode, which we are continuing with the modern Doctor Who reviews, starting off with Series 6, Episode 8, the mid-season premiere, which is titled Let's Kill Hitler. So in this episode, the TARDIS crashes through a window and saves Hitler's life, which the Doctor, Amy and Rory are persistent is a pure accident. Computer Amy realises River killed the Doctor. During this story, the Doctor is dying. River sacrifices her future regenerations to save the Doctor's life. Here are a few clips from Series 6, Episode 8, Let's Kill Hitler. And next up is my review for Series 6, Episode 9, titled Night Terrors. So in this episode, the Doctor helps a child and their dad, who accuses the Doctor of being irresponsible. Amy and Rory are separated from the Doctor for the majority of the story. The villains of this story are dolls, which are based on a child's fears turned into reality. Here are a few clips from Night Terrors. Now it's time for my review of Modern Doctor Who, Series 6, Episode 10, titled The Girl Who Waited. So in this story, Amy is separated from Rory and the Doctor. The future version of Amy attacks Rory. Future Amy tells Rory him and the Doctor weren't able to save her, and she's been stranded on this planet in this quarantine facility for 36 years. Rory yells at the Doctor. Future Amy pledges she hates the Doctor, and the Doctor tricks Rory into thinking both present Amy and future Amy's can exist. And basically, so I'm going to try and describe it because it might be a bit complicated to explain. So, whenever you're watching this, imagine present day you, and then imagine 10 years on from when you're watching this you meet. Now they both can't, so it's 2023. So let's use that example. So I'm now in 2023, and then in 2033, I should be 29. But if that 29 me's now in 2023, or my 19-year-old me is in 2033, all time breaks loose. You can essentially destroy the universe. This is the short way around that. But yeah. And that's actually, I think, a good place to stop. Yeah, I know I haven't done as many reviews, but I'm still ahead anyway. So yes, tomorrow's episode I will be I've only got 3 episodes of Series 6 left. So yeah, we'll do that. So we've got Series 6 Episode 11, the God Complex, Series 6 Episode 12, Closing Time, and the Series 6 Finale Episode 13, The Wedding of River Song, the 2011 Christmas Special, The Doctor, The Widow and the Wardrobe, and we should hopefully get on to Series 7. Just an advance warning that Series 2 Episode 65 is the 75th episode of the podcast, so obviously we'll be taking a break for that day to look at the first 75 episodes of the podcast. But yeah, that'll be in a couple of days' time. And I'll be recording that in a couple of days' time as well, so it'll kind of even itself up. But that's also we will have a book extract in the next episode. But that is it for the Everything Podcast Season 2, Episode 62. Goodbye.